got you this week. I got you.
Yo, it's the Talk That Real podcast.
Hey.
Episode 119.
119 in the building.
119?
119 in the building.
I know we said that last week, but we was wrong.
Yeah, we was wrong last week. We was wrong last week.
118 last week.
You know what I'm saying? It's whatever we said.
It's all good, though.
People make mistakes.
It's whatever we said.
But we back, and that's all that matters.
Right back, ain't cheating, man.
Keeping it consistent. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it
Keeping
ain't
very
easy.
consistent. It's not.
It's not.
It is not
Every
easy.
week?
It's not easy.
I commend those content creators that find a way to put out something like every day.
I don't know how you do it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it.
I don't know
Not
how you
between
do
like
it.
having like a 9-to-5 job, and then in y'all cases, kids.
Like maybe they don't have a 9 to
Wives
5.
and-
That's all.
yeah,
That's my
Yeah,
thought
maybe
process.
they don't got that.
Maybe they do. Maybe they do, and they just grind.
Maybe so.
Yeah. Not the story of my life.
Yeah, I'm straight.
Not at all. Yeah, I'm
straight.
cool. I'm cool.
I'm straight.
Hey, if it's paying right, I guess.
Hey,
That's fair.
the money.
That's
here.
fair. Yeah.
Money
No, that's
make you
fair.
get on up again.
Get the
and
money
create.
right.
No, that's
I'm
real.
there at
That's
night.
real.
Yeah.
Say
All
what?
right, here we go. Stop.
Okay.
All right.
I thought they used
scenario
another
time.
word in that. That's
Right.
Nope. Nope. That's why I said stop.
It's a reason
All
to
right.
be there every night.
All right,
Hey,
here we
that's
go.
hilarious.
We are going to start.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go. Scenario.
Uh-huh.
Y'all ready? All right. It ain't that long. It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Which means it's long.
Here we go. It says, "Hello.
Uh-huh.
I am a 37-year-old black woman.
Oh.
I have been married to my husband for 11 years in total.
All right.
Mhm.
Congratulations.
Our marriage today is in a much better place than it was towards the beginning.
Glad to hear that. Yeah.
About
yeah.
2 years into our marriage, my husband hurt his back while at work really bad.
Oh, Lord.
I feel him.
He had to
For
do
real,
physical therapy for months. It was painful to see him so helpless.
Mm-hmm.
I even had to help him go to the bathroom.
Oh.
During that time, our sex life was non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
His back hurt so
He
bad.
needs you back.
His back hurt so bad to get on top of me, and it was too much pressure on his back for me to be on top of him.
Ooh, that back was real jacked up.
Man.
We talked about other positions, but eventually he stopped trying. It's like he lost his whole confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I looked at him differently after having to take care of him like that. He was no
Dang.
longer the masculine, strong man I married.
Jeez.
Well, long story short, I cheated on him with another guy I met at the grocery store.
Told y'all to.
It was just friendly texting at first, but it turned sexual.
Mm.
I kept this sexual relationship with him for about 2 years.
Jeez.
That's when my husband started to get back to himself.
Got his back.
Right.
His back was healed, and he was back to being the man I fell in love with. I entered a relationship with the other man. We still talk from time to time, but that's it. 2 weeks ago, I go to pick up my husband from the gym, and he's outside talking to the guy I cheated with.
What is this? A soap opera?
Listen, my heart almost jumped out of my chest. They were laughing and joking, so I knew he hadn't told. When my husband got in the car, I started driving away, and the guy winked at me and laughed. I don't know if I should tell my husband.
Shh.
I don't know if I should tell my husband and get in front of it, or see if I can keep the guy from saying anything. What should I do? I don't want to lose my husband.
Tell your husband and deal with the consequences of your decisions. Period. Point blank, period.
You know, she kind of trash.
She is.
Like,
She trash.
Like,
The guy
She
ain't gonna
trash. Yeah, he's definitely not going to tell. He's
Yeah.
still
I mean-
trying to hit.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy ain't gonna tell.
using
He
this
just
as
like having you in this
Oh,
position.
yeah, 100%.
Like he know he got you now.
And my thing is, and the dude, he probably like you. He probably on some like real petty stuff. Like, yeah, I'm cooling it with your husband.
Like,
Yeah.
look how easy
And I
can
was,
make this happen.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nah. Tell your husband, deal with the consequences of your decision.
Hey.
Put your big girl panties on. Tell your husband what you did, and then let the chips fall where they may.
On the cool, you deserve what you get. You know
I'm
what
saying, whatever that may be.
On the cool,
Whatever that
you know
may
what I'm
be.
saying?
Like, man, like, She left this man. I mean,
She
brother,
did a lot.
That's damn bad. Like,
Like,
Yeah, no, it's real bad.
ain't like this was something he could help.
yeah.
Brother got hurt
man.
working,
Yeah. Doing his
Exactly.
job.
trying to provide for the
Trying to
family.
provide.
Trying to provide for his family.
Exactly. And then she cheat on him.
And then she cheated on
I
him.
mean, she could have went and got a vibrator.
I'm saying.
Yeah, like
something.
get a vibrator, get some type of
Some toy?
something, you know what I'm
Get
saying?
little rolls.
I mean, the dude was hurting. Like, he can't.
Can't do nothing about
Like
that.
he tried.
And I'm gonna tell you, when your back is hurting,
Bruh.
Listen,
it ain't no
let me
like,
tell you.
it is debilitating.
backache and toothaches are like
It's
like
debilitating. It's
Ain't
done.
ain't no position out there that does not put pressure on your back.
there's not.
Side?
Even if
laying on your
you're-
side? Laying on your side?
No,
When
Laying
you
on your side?
when you get the pumping
Oh,
on
you
your
still gotta
side,
do
you
the
Yeah,
got
thrust.
that.
you
You
still
got
still gotta do the
yeah.
thrust.
every thrust you
Yeah.
make.
Yeah.
That lower back is involved.
I'm like, girl, thrust into me. What are we doing? Put
I
some
mean-
work in. What's happening?
Now he could have just stand up and she could have just threw it back.
Fair. But how
Yeah.
long can he stand up?
Yes, yeah.
We don't know that.
Lean
You gotta
against
get
the wall, my brother.
so- yeah.
You know how when you used to be dancing back in the
Yeah,
club?
I
yeah.
have never. No, I don't remember.
You
Yeah,
had,
me
to,
neither.
had the wall to hold you
No,
up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, me neither.
He could have had some homies hold him up.
Hey, that's not.
Hey, y'all come to the crib real quick.
I need y'all.
Hey, close y'all eyes.
like
Close y'all
Moses,
eyes.
people holding his arms up. Hey,
That's how your homies held you up in the club when you was getting broke
Hey,
off.
that's crazy. No, that's wild.
That is wild.
But
Like,
yeah,
Hey, that's-
man.
hey, baby girl, you said you need me to do this. This is the only way.
Hey, for real.
Oh, that
You
is
should have put a back
sick.
brace on or something.
Listen, man, I love y'all, but I would never.
Yeah.
I would.
I wonder if
never.
he could have sat,
You said what?
like sat in the chair.
I was thinking that.
Where he sitting?
Yeah,
up,
sit in the
a little
chair.
Good
Yeah.
chair.
Getting a recliner or something.
Man, let her do her
it's-
thing.
But I'm telling you, I know it would be less
Mhm.
painful, but
Mhm.
it's still
It's still
would
gonna be
hurt.
painful.
Yeah,
It's still gonna be painful.
I wonder how
like-
painful it was.
It
Because
had
it's like,
to be.
man, like it got to be if you.
For a man to stop trying,
Yeah, no, real talk.
Like that mother gotta hurt.
gotta hurt.
Because I'm thinking
when he
power
off
through.
work,
But
Yeah,
he been off work for that long. Like he had some
Yeah.
serious
Nigga
doing
should've
physical
popped
therapy.
a cup of Viking and got
Hey,
just get to
to
it.
get to
barely,
it before
barely
they,
awake.
before they wear off. So go ahead and get to it,
Dang.
man,
boy.
I'm
boy.
thinking like,
Told y'all the grocery store, boy.
listen, bro.
To meet some harlot. You know what I
Bro.
mean? Trying to cheat on her husband. Some
See?
scarlet letter harlot.
I get it's tough.
And she
man,
probably
but
told him too,
come
like,
on, man.
my husband at home, bad.
Oh, she absolutely
bad
did.
back.
Yeah.
She vented to this man.
Yeah.
Man,
She
He was like,
absolutely
baby,
did.
Yeah.
my back in great shape.
Got gamed up.
Dang.
She got gamed up, bro.
Well,
That's how he probably knew where her husband worked out at.
Yeah, he told everything about the dude.
He was doing physical therapy up there.
Yep.
Mm.
Let me swing up there and holler at this dude.
That's terrible.
You know, it don't take much for dudes to be friends.
Nah, real talk.
So
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So they probably got talking about it the game or something.
All right.
It's over it.
Tell your husband.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, tell your husband.
Put your
man.
big girl panties on. Tell your husband.
She's not.
And you kind of trash.
And you are trash.
Like,
I think when they put this stuff out here, when they put these scenarios out here, like I guess their husband and stuff don't follow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What's anonymous? So, but I
oh,
guess-
okay, yeah, well, yeah.
But still, though, man, it's just like, yeah, no, that's just plain flat out wrong.
That's flat out wrong.
Yeah, you can't. There's no way to justify that.
There's none.
None at all.
Is there ever a reason to justify cheating? Ever?
No.
Nah.
You think?
Leave.
No? Leave? Okay. Okay.
You can try it. But
Uh-huh.
at the end of the day, it's
Yeah,
wrong.
like,
Even if the
it-
person cheated on you first
Yeah.
and you go
Leave.
cheat back,
Yeah.
you're gonna feel
Just burn
justified.
out,
But at the end of the day, it's like if that's the route you feel like you got to do,
Uh-huh.
bounce.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's
Right.
definitely fair.
It's just, yeah. I don't know. So,
Yeah.
Well, Scarlet Harlot, take your consequences.
woman of the night.
Dang. Of the day, probably too.
Right. 2 years. That's the
Man.
thing. That's what got
Yeah.
it. For 2 whole years.
The full relationship.
That is, though.
Yeah.
That's a
That is a
relationship.
relationship.
That's a relationship.
2 years?
2 years.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry
Yeah.
for you.
And she just thought dude was gonna just let her cut it off.
Nah, bro. It don't work like that.
Dang.
It don't
I
work
feel
like
bad for dude. I ain't gonna front you.
For which dude?
Surely ain't the nigga that was cheating.
Oh, I'm like saying like
I don't
that.
feel bad for him. Well, I feel bad for him.
Because he been 2 years invested and now he got cut off.
Man, please.
Man, I
that
feel-
fool don't care. He out here nasty.
Bro,
you know
he
what I
don't- he
mean?
don't
That is
care.
nasty
And he's
business right
scheming.
there.
Don't
Hey,
show them
real
at the
talk. He's
gym.
scheming. Scheming.
Laughing with her husband.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
how you gonna buddy up with him? Because you know this is his play. This is what he gonna do. He gonna get in tight with the husband, and then like try to become his homie.
Yeah.
Gonna start inviting him over for the football game or something. Now he in the house. He been smashing your wife.
And I'm gonna tell you, the
Dang.
more stuff like that happens, the more likelihood that somebody dies. And I'm just gonna keep it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck.
All right.
I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Like, bro, he at your.
He didn't really mean that.
Absolutely.
He absolutely did.
Listen, I'm not
absolutely. meant
condoning
that.
any of this.
I'm
I
not-
don't condone murder.
Me neither. Me either. I don't.
Unless it's self-defense.
Yeah.
Hey, that's wild.
I'm defending my home.
I'm just saying.
Hey,
He
but it's funny.
watching the game with
No,
you?
but I'm saying it's so funny because you said it so casually.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why it's funny.
Well, that's what I
Like you
meant.
said it like
I don't know.
like-
I don't know.
like you would do it.
He would.
He absolutely would.
With no hezzy.
At all.
No hesitation.
No remorse.
Like
Hey,
he'll just find out.
no remorse.
Slowly walk off to his room.
Yes, he would. Lay in the bed.
And just come back and shoot everybody.
Anybody. Anyway,
Oh,
let's
man.
move on.
Yeah, okay, cool.
And just tell the court, like, yeah.
Exactly. Just like that. I did it.
I did it.
All right. So
what would you do, Judge?
And he deserves to burn in hell. That's what he
hey, I know where I'm going. I'm safe. My spot's secure. My spot's secure. I'm in the Lamb's Book of Life. I'm good. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy. All right. Well,
Is you rolling?
is you rolling, man? Who want to go first?
All right, I'll jump in there.
All right,
All right,
bet,
get it,
bet.
let's
Let's
get
do
it,
it.
let's
Let's
get
do
All
it.
right, so a man wrote this.
Okay.
You have a better chance at winning the lottery
Uh-huh.
than getting a woman to accept accountability.
I'm rolling. Nah.
You're
I'm
not
rolling.
playing.
I'm not playing.
You not
I'm
playing.
listen, I'm gonna tell you, it's both of them are very hard to do.
Yeah, here's what I'm saying. It's difficult to not roll with it. It is difficult to not roll with it. I'm gonna have to roll.
You rolling, man?
No, you know what? I'm not gonna roll with that, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay,
I've been
go for
playing
it.
the lottery for quite some time, and I've never won.
Have you ever got, for quite some time, got a woman to accept accountability?
Ooh.
So I think there's a tie there.
You know how people like cartoons, they be pulling their collar. Ooh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
'Cause I've won the lottery before.
Have you really?
I hit some I hit some numbers. I mean, I ain't win a lot, but you know what I'm saying?
Come on, you know what we saying though.
Yeah.
Like actually winning.
I'm gonna say I won.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing about like the whole accountability thing. I feel like there have been times. Is it really accepted? Or is it really like accepting accountability? Like if you say, you know, like okay, yeah, I accept that I did that, but
No, that
count?
accountability. The moment you say but, accountability
That don't
kind of
count.
go out the window.
that don't count.
But that
And-
means
and
that
it's-
means what you
and-
say after but is trying to justify
Fair.
what you just
And
did.
if they turn around back on you.
Well, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say I'm rolling.
You know what I'm saying?
I've never experienced it personally.
If they say, yeah, I did this, but you know what I'm saying? Or it's like you always make me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Dang. Rece?
Rolling. rolling.
Play Tina Turner.
Big drip, keep on whirling.
Rolling.
Rolling.
I've had it. It happened.
Okay.
Where somebody, a woman just apologized.
Yeah.
Said, sorry, my bad.
Uh-huh.
That's on me.
Okay.
I've had it.
Okay.
Often, no.
Sure.
But I've had it.
Okay.
Most of the time, somehow it still ends up my fault.
Of course, because you're the man. It's always
Yeah.
your fault,
Yeah.
Rece.
I've had it more times than I've won the lottery.
Okay.
So I can say I'm not rolling, but I can feel that. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk. I can definitely feel.
You know what I'm
I can
saying?
definitely feel
So,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I
Yeah,
can
like
definitely-
if a man tells me he never had a woman take accountability,
I was like, oh,
I'm not going to be surprised.
it would be difficult to not believe him.
I wouldn't think he's a unicorn.
like our
You know
women,
what I'm saying? Like, he's not a unicorn.
our women listeners, like, be real. Talk to us. Do you truly feel like you accept accountability for your actions?
Man,
Talk to us. Don't. Hey, talk to us on the real. Let us know. We want to know.
Yeah.
They gonna say yeah.
The Father God Himself is listening
Yes.
and will hold you accountable.
They gonna be like, I did, but
Or they gonna be like, what about y'all? Do y'all take accountability? What about you
They
men?
love taking over. Yeah.
We do.
We ain't talking about us though. That's the thing.
We don't
I'm
have
trying
a
to reverse it. We're not talking about us right
we
now.
don't have a choice.
No, we do. We
Well,
absolutely do.
Yeah, not really.
We do.
Whether we take the accountability or not is on us. we don't have it's our fault. All of it.
always doing something.
We take accountability for that stuff. Is that what you said?
It's our fault. Eve ate the fruit.
Dang,
Adam got blamed.
he did.
Somehow her decision was his fault.
And then he blamed the woman. He said, Lord, this woman you gave me. She listened to the devil, like, oh, girl, listen to the dude that she cheated with because her husband's back was hurt.
And then what did she do? She passed it off onto the snake. The serpent deceived me. She didn't say, hey,
it was me.
It was me.
Yeah.
Nope. She passed it right
So
off.
Adam should have grabbed her up. Hey, get your away from that
You said
apple.
grabbed her up by the elbow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, get your away from that apple. Leave you alone for 1 second. You talking to snakes. You know what I'm saying?
Double entendre. Talking to snakes?
Yeah.
Bars.
Bars.
I see what you did.
I'm out here. All
right,
yeah,
man.
man. So, yeah. All right, is you rolling?
Here we go. Going to sleep mad isn't so bad. You're allowed to go to bed upset with one another. Sometimes it's better to hold your tongue, not risk saying things you don't mean, and then properly communicate the next day.
I'm rolling.
Okay, y'all like that?
Yeah, man, that
Y'all
whole
like that?
never go to sleep mad. We're never
Mhm.
going to go to sleep mad at each other
It's a misquote of the Bible.
it is BS.
Yeah, it is definitely BS and a misquote of the Bible.
Like,
I
it's
totally
just-
agree.
There's a lot of like things that
Is
sound
that, is
right.
that the word the scripture talking about? Don't let the sun go down on you.
Yeah, on your anger.
Yeah.
that whole
It's
thing,
not
yeah.
talking about actual sleep.
Right. No, real talk.
Like, bro, people hear stuff and they just
roll with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is definitely
it sounds
not.
good.
Boy, yeah, it
It
does
sounds
sound
like
good.
it fits my narrative.
Yeah, it
Niggas
sounds
at home
good.
staying up 48 hours
Yeah,
because they mad.
yeah.
We gonna finish this.
Hey, but can I say something though? Like, I feel like people who like really like go hard on that not going to bed mad thing.
Yeah.
And you know how we always talk. Sometimes you gotta allow space when y'all in like a heated, discussion or something.
Yeah.
I feel like people who go hard on that whole narrative, they force their significant others into situations like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they like, we can't go to bed now. We gotta hash this out now. We gotta, and it's like, no, you don't.
And
It's okay.
I am a big hash it out now person. Like, because if it ain't hashed out, the
Yeah.
chance of me sleeping well is not great anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Nah, real talk.
but then I mean, you have to know your person,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
and like,
you do.
and forcing somebody to speak when they don't want to speak
Yeah.
normally doesn't turn out well either.
It doesn't.
doesn't.
It really
Because
does.
then they're going to speak from the emotion that they're in, and I'm going to stop right there. 'Cause I kind of feel like that ties into the main topic.
I like
Okay.
it. I like it.
Man, I talk to myself at a very unhealthy rate.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I'm constantly just talking to myself
Mm-hmm.
about situation like
Hype yourself up.
over and over and over.
Hey, hype
Throughout
yourself
the
up
day.
is Wow.
And so I know that I need process time.
Yeah.
Like I need to be like, hey, you know what? Let me chill. Let me think about this and figure out the why.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
'Cause if I don't know the why,
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna be talking.
Yeah.
There's no I'm gonna be saying stuff
Uh-huh.
and we might get to a conclusion, but if I don't know my why, then I'm not going to feel at ease.
I get that.
And,
yeah.
and there's times where I can find my why
mm-hmm.
and just be at peace by because I found my why.
Okay.
You know
I
what
like
I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like because I need to figure out like why is this bothering me so much.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And once I find that, even if we don't talk, about that, then like I can be at peace knowing I found my why.
I like that. No, that's dope.
Yeah.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah.
What about
All right.
you rolling?
Yes, I'm absolutely rolling with that. Yeah, it's okay.
All right. Last one. Looks become less important when you're dating past your mid-30s.
I'm not rolling.
I'm not rolling. Attraction is always going to be a thing. Physical attraction is always going to be a thing.
Like
I'm not rolling. I can see the angle they're coming from, but I'm not.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
It really does. It sounds good. But I would always ask someone, like, how many times have you talked to someone that you're not physically attracted to? Like, seriously, and like dated?
like
Whatever that attraction to you may be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's preferences is different. But
Like, I
I'm
can see somebody
man,
saying like, they're not saying that you date somebody that you're not attracted to.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're saying like as you get older,
Mhm.
that become attraction is less of a priority.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can.
And
see
I'm
where
still
they're
not
coming
rolling.
from.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I'm still not rolling.
I can say
because
Yeah, I'm still not rolling.
it's not a priority. To me, looks become less important when you're talking about like settling down or something. When they're talking about dating,
Mm-hmm.
the first thing, definitely for a man.
Yeah.
Can't speak for a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Because men, we are the pursuers.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I can't find a man, and if y'all listening, y'all out there, let me know, that has pursued somebody that they were not attracted to. Like they're gonna go after what they're attracted to.
Mhm.
Now, whether they take the next step with this person, attraction has hardly anything to do with it at that point.
Yeah.
But who they're pursuing, who they're trying to talk to, and all that, it's gonna be based off attraction on first pursuit.
Right,
And
right.
then it's gonna be other things that be like, okay, this woman is fine, and she got bam, bam, bam. This is who I want
Right,
to continue.
right.
Yeah.
And that other stuff begins to supersede the looks or compliments.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look.
Yeah,
But
the
ain't-
attraction doesn't keep the dude there.
But ain't nobody looking across the room like, damn, she got an amazing personality. She ain't looker.
You ain't never looked at a woman like that?
Nah.
Look like she might be real cool?
Nah.
Seen how she kind of like moved through the crowd?
Nah.
No? Word?
I mean, I look like, oh dang,
I've been around
she's
people like
social.
that.
I've been around people like, hey, dang,
I've
like
been
she
around
dope.
people
She
like
got
that.
dope
Yeah,
personality.
mhm, right.
But nothing said, let me holler at her.
But
I could say that
based off of that
honestly-
alone, is what you said.
I mean, I wasn't attracted to him.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so seeing her
Yeah,
moving around
yeah,
crowd
yeah.
like, dang, they got a dope personality.
Uh-huh.
But it wasn't like,
Yeah, it's fair.
Let me
Yeah,
holler.
Yeah.
you know.
Okay.
But then I could see things about the personality to where somebody be like, that's crazy attractive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, because some things about a person, you'll look at them and they're attractive, but then you see other things, and now it just makes their looks even much more attractive. And attraction is different for everybody.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just because one person doesn't find somebody attractive doesn't mean the next person don't look at them and be like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Right.
so.
So I don't think you can say that looks are not important. I just think that once you maybe get them maybe mature and want to settle down, that you're not getting after people solely for looks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It ain't a
Yeah,
You know
determining
what I'm
factor
saying?
no more.
So like,
Yeah.
so it's not a determining thing. Like, oh, she got to be red bone.
Right, right.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
When you're young, you just want a
Big-
baddie on your arm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like,
Agreed.
yeah, I can have that, but it's just like, can I do life with this person?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like, when you get older, like, the trophy ain't all about, like, when you're young, you like, I got to have a baddie on my arm. I'm out on the scene. I want everybody to think that my lady look good.
Mhm.
You know, that you want that. When you get older, you like, yeah, I want my lady to look good, but the trophy ain't in the look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the end of the day.
You want to be able to
Yeah.
speak highly about so much other things about her.
How she
Right.
treat you.
Mhm.
Yeah, how she
Yeah,
treats you
100%.
is huge.
And I'm gonna tell you,
That is
that's,
actually the most important
Yeah.
thing.
and that's when you can really
Talk
like,
about value
when you talk
and
about
shit.
that to your homies.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, man, she blah blah blah. Like they're like, oh shoot, straight up.
I want my
Right.
homies to look at me and be like, and not be like, hey man, you got a bad one. I want them to look at me like, hey man, like you seem like crazy happy in this relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, that's real.
Like, like, hey man, you different with her than you was with some other ones.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
I want that reaction, not
Yeah.
that, hey bro, she bad.
And that's it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
yeah. You
that's
got you a
real,
looker,
yeah.
but anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, that's not gold.
A lot of
Yeah.
bad single ones out here because they.
Crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There's a lot. There are principles.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So main topic.
Let's
get
do it. Let's do it.
Let's go. I ain't did my main topic jingle in a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I know people been missing it.
Oh, they have. All right, main topic. We'll give you a hand clap. You know what I
No
mean?
one is mentioned.
I think a lot of people been saying like, "Hey, where's the jingle?"
No one has said that at all.
No
I gotta go check
one.
some comments.
I've looked at them.
Yeah, no one.
No one has said.
If y'all missed the jingle, holler at me, man. I bring it back. Holler at me. Let me know.
That's cool.
Holla,
They won't.
Holla. Anyway,
They won't be hollering.
listen today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. What have y'all heard about? Have y'all heard about this before?
I mean, honestly, for me, it just probably within the last year.
Really?
And when I kind of started really hearing it to make me go be like, okay, what's this emotional intelligence? Because, it was just like, oh, is this another trend word?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Right. It's just another word to go alongside of narcissism and codependency and
people do just throwing words
gaslighting.
Around. Yeah,
like all these.
Gaslighting is probably the most misused term ever to me.
That and narcissist.
Yeah.
And narcissist is just like a terrible claim about people.
Yeah.
Enablers. Like
Right,
all these
buzzwords.
These words that you really need a doctorate degree to be able to speak.
I mean, you ain't gotta have a doctorate, but
you got to be able to intelligent.
Like some people just
if
be
you know that many
way out of
narcissists,
context.
you might be the narcissist.
No, seriously.
And my thing is,
You know what I'm saying?
like for real.
Like, if you know that many, come on.
One or two characteristics of something doesn't make someone totally something.
Right, exactly.
And that's what I don't feel like people understand.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, if you want to look at most people and you look at the characteristics of a narcissist, somebody probably carries at least one of them.
At least one.
Yeah.
At least one.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Like at some point in time, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
If you walk on 4 legs and can run fast, don't make it a dog.
right.
Hey, that's funny. I mean, I feel it though. I
You know what I'm
definitely feel
saying?
it.
Could be
Yeah,
a
I feel
fox.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
Hey,
know
that
what
sound
it
like
is.
some old head
That is
stuff.
an old man on a front porch smoking out a pipe saying,
Hey, real talk.
I need me a pipe, man. I
Talking
need
to
me a
some
pipe.
young man
Right.
trying to learn them something.
Let's kind of learn you something.
come here,
Let
come
me
here,
learn
boy.
you something.
Let me tell you
Man,
something.
That's hilarious.
Just because it's got 4 legs and run fast don't make it a dog, young man. You got to be careful what you choose.
Right. Nigga say this
Yo,
a
when
cheetah.
I
You
said
know
that,
what
I
I
was
mean?
like, that was kind of proud of me say that out loud.
How to know you're becoming an old man.
Old men got sayings.
That's
I like
funny,
it.
boy.
Well, they're going to be like, you can't blow smoke up my ass, Inspector. You can't blow fire up my ass, Inspector, get smoke.
Which is wild.
What?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
crazy.
wild.
What
yeah.
does that mean?
Yeah, I don't
Oh, that's wild right there, boy.
Fire up my ass and Inspector get smoke.
Oh, man.
All right, man. So emotional intelligence. I'm gonna read the definition.
All right, let's
All
get
right?
it.
Okay. It says emotional intelligence is the ability to understand, use, and manage your own emotions in positive ways, to relieve stress, communicate effectively, empathize with others, overcome challenges, and diffuse conflict. That's good.
I think the first part is the hardest.
Yeah, 'cause
the
I
ability
don't-
to understand, use, and manage your own emotions.
Understand.
That's, yeah.
Starting right
Understand. Yeah, the understand.
I feel like most people, everybody has emotions. There's no way around that.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't understand what they're feeling or why they were feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the why. You might
Yeah.
understand, like, oh, I'm sad right now, or I'm dealing with, I got some anxiety right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But most people don't understand why.
And I will also add, not doing it well all the time doesn't mean that you're not emotionally intelligent.
Well, you're gonna have some bad moments.
You know what I mean?
I feel
you're
like
human.
you gotta win more than you lose, though.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta,
Yeah, sure.
overreacting all the time.
Yeah,
something's wrong.
You're probably
Yeah.
not emotionally intelligent.
Yeah, something's wrong. Definitely.
And I feel like I said, getting to that understanding,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that can kind of supersede the feeling of it
Mm-hmm.
once you get more understanding of it.
Okay.
I'm not saying that you're not gonna feel emotional about it,
Sure.
but you can kind of fall back on the understanding of it. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes
Okay.
sense. You know what I'm saying? So like my thing of like, if you know the reality, the truth about something, your emotions can take you, can veer you from the truth. But once you realize the truth, you can fall back on the truth, even though you have feelings that contradict that truth.
Absolutely.
I like it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like that's why I say I think it goes back to like really understanding the why.
Yeah.
Because if you know the why, let's say, another word that's thrown around a lot now, triggers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you know the why behind why something triggers you, your mate, your homies, or whatever, your boss, whatever, can do something that triggers you, and you're going to feel that emotion.
Sure.
It's no way around it.
Yeah.
But when you understand the why, in my opinion, now you can be like, I feel this way, yes. But this might not be a direct reflection of my significant other, my friend, or my boss.
Yeah.
This is triggered. I feel this way because something else is making it reminds me of this feeling I felt before. And when you begin to understand, I feel like you can manage it better, and your response to the person that triggered you becomes different because you really understand now that it's not necessarily them.
Yeah, that's not your attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Your it's not them that's causing the issues that you're feeling on the inside. It's something that happened previous, and this reminder of it. It's what's making you feel anxious, sad, whatever, and now you don't have to take it out on that person because you understand it's not them.
And I think I like the last thing it says, diffuse conflict. It didn't say alleviate. You know what I'm saying? It says diffuse, meaning they're going to be like there's still going to be conflict. You could be emotionally intelligent and still have conflict, but using that intelligence can help diffuse situations.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And so there are five characteristics of emotional intelligence.
Okay.
All right, and I want us to go through them. That sound good?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
All right. So there are 5 things, and I'm gonna read the first one, then we're just gonna go through it. I'm gonna read about it a little bit. All right, the first one, 5 characteristics of emotional intelligence. Number 1, self-awareness. As a self-aware leader, you know how you feel. You recognize how your emotions affect those around you. Self-awareness isn't just restricted to emotions either. You acknowledge your ego and are aware of both your strengths and weaknesses. You aim to ensure your ego and your personal traits work for the benefit of the workforce and relationship.
Okay.
So I guess being self-aware is just really knowing, like, I guess being aware of the situation more so, like how you are in that situation. That makes sense?
I guess to a certain extent.
So in my mind, when I'm saying I'm being self-aware, that means that I know, like let's say if it's a conflict, I know what this conflict is doing to me mentally or why it's starting.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm aware of the triggers that are happening in this. You know what I'm saying? So if my boss is yelling at me, I know I have an issue with that.
Okay.
And I know that it's a deeper level.
Okay.
He may not even be yelling at me, but I know me that even a raised tone, I'm going to take offensive.
Sure.
Because that's just how I am. You know what I'm saying? So I was just being self-aware, kind of like giving yourself that understanding of, listen, this is where I am. This is I know this about myself.
Okay.
And so I need to move accordingly.
Yeah, my whole thing with it is one thing to be self-aware, and it's another thing to know what to do with it, though.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I've definitely run into people who be like, they're self-aware, and because they're self-aware, that gives them the, for lack of a better word, right to say sideways stuff.
And I think that's when
and do sideways
I
stuff.
think that's when, like, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's not about going off on somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's about knowing, it's about you.
Yeah, I mean, you know how people be
You know
like,
what I'm saying?
they'll say something like, look, I know me. And if, you do this, then I'm and it's like,
if
I don't think that's how that works.
If you
though.
really
You know what I mean? Like,
if you really knew you wouldn't be behaving like that.
But that's why I think that, once we get through the other ones, whenever you go through things like this, they all probably tie together to be able to help the next one out.
Yeah.
Because you got to be self-aware, but then there's going to be something else that you have to be able to do with this awareness now.
Right, which is what I was saying.
Because being aware of what you feel, great.
Right.
Amazing. Needed. But now it's like, okay, I'm aware of what I feel. I'm aware that if this person keeps talking like this to me, my reactions are not going to be the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I'm aware of this, what do I do?
Right.
But I think the first step, and why probably definitely this is one of the number ones, I think is because self-awareness is the first key. Because if you're not even aware of what you feel, if you're not aware even of how the other person may, I think self-awareness, you got to be aware of self, but then you got to worry about how you're feeling, how that's affecting the other person.
Yeah.
So kind of reading the room as well.
Right.
And I think that's important, like you said, in leadership and in relationships, right? That you got to be aware of what I feel. How do I react when I feel this way?
Mm-hmm.
I have to understand both of those things so that I can, in a sense, be able to control them. In my reaction to what I'm feeling. But it all starts with the awareness aspect of it.
Yeah, not only control it, but communicate it.
Yeah.
So for me, I know I don't like to be yelled at. You know what I'm saying? And so when somebody's yelling at me, I don't even know how to respond. So I just don't. You know what I mean? And so I know for some people, you don't respond, then in their opinion, you're being dismissive. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? When really it's just no, I don't respond to yelling. Because for me, it's we're not communicating at this point.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're just basically, now you're just talking. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to do things that are segues to a physical altercation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All that yelling and getting loud at each other.
Yeah.
That's a segue to a
getting
physical
up in people's
altercation.
face and all that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So it's just and I'm not going. So in your relationship, you can't get physical.
Right.
It can't be a physical altercation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to do things that simulate a physical altercation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And even if you're at work, you know what I'm saying? With people, wherever you meet, you have to understand that when you're doing stuff like that,
mm-hmm.
you're moving towards something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you're yelling at somebody and raising your voice, then in my mind, you're moving towards a physical thing.
100%. And if it's a dude, more than likely it's about to be up.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Why are
you
yelling at another
you
dude?
up in my space? So now it's just kind of my response is going to be physical because that's what it feels like now. Of course, with a woman,
that's the
I'm not going to do
though.
that. No, real talk. That's what I'm saying. That's
absolutely what it leads to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I'm self-aware enough to know you yell at me in my face, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
And that's just the end of it. How does one become self-aware?
And one it says to be self-aware, you need to pause, slow down. It says don't react to situations immediately. And that's one thing where we kind of talked about earlier about the whole don't let the sun go down, something no. You know what I'm saying? There are times where you need to process this stuff.
Does that speak to how to become more self-aware though?
Well, it says take time. It says take time to process and engage in critical thinking.
Yeah, okay. I think that's definitely how you become self-aware.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Because if you just always feel something and you automatically react, now you're just reacting.
See, and I'm thinking before a situation happens.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And one thing it says challenge.
So that's what. Yeah, elaborate.
It says challenging your own assumptions.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, as well as those of others.
Yeah.
So it's just because you think something doesn't make it actuality. You have to challenge what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right, and that's more so what I was getting at.
Yeah,
because it's one thing for a situation to happen. And then it's okay, I'm pausing and thinking about it. But it's you can't become more self-aware if you're not put in positions to become more self-aware.
Yeah.
So for instance, a lot of times in a relationship, like your spouse will point things out to you that you probably don't even know you're doing.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so from there, and it's tough sometimes to take.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this is
critiques.
saying.
You know what I mean?
It's saying like you gotta when something happens,
Mm-hmm.
because if you're just sitting at your crib and everything is good, ain't nothing to be aware of. I feel great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when something happens,
Mm-hmm.
instead of automatically reacting,
Mm-hmm.
taking that moment to really think before you react. 'Cause I suffer with it because I react.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's it. Like you say something, I don't like the way you say it, I'm reacting.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this last part, it says, ensure that your reaction is measured and appropriate, not flawed by emotional responses in the heat of the moment.
I like it. That's good.
So it's like knowing, like, sometimes you can react to something, but your reaction can be overstepped. It can be too much.
Yeah.
You know
it
what
can
I'm
be an
saying? Like,
overreaction.
so like you have to measure it.
Mm-hmm.
And that measuring, in my opinion, happens in that critical thinking part.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for some, this has to happen. This is going to happen, unfortunately, not proactively.
Okay.
So what?
Yeah.
What I mean, like, it's going to take probably for some acting out wrongly, and hopefully then on the back end reflecting. It's like, you know what? I shouldn't have reacted that way. I handled that wrong. And then hopefully the next time a situation comes up, you think first before you react. Because you hear a lot of people, they'll react a certain way, and they be like, yeah, I'm aware of how I reacted. And they're aware of it, but they feel like it's okay.
Yeah, they just don't care.
And it's like,
they feel it's justified.
You can say these people are self-aware because they're aware that they're angry.
Yeah.
They're aware that they snapped off.
Right.
But in their mind, they think that what they did was all right.
Yeah.
And it's 100%. Like at some point you will hope that you take that time to reflect even after a situation, be like, nah, that wasn't all right.
Yeah.
And then the next time become better. And be able to catch it proactively instead of reactively.
Yeah.
I like it. Second one, self-regulation. It says you stay in control of your emotions. You don't lash out.
Here we go.
And you don't compromise your your ethics or feelings in the process of self-regulation. So when you're doing that, there's no compromise. It's like you're not compromising how you feel.
Right. You feel what you feel.
Yeah, you feel what you feel. When you are calm, others around you are reassured and motivated to take positive actions. And so when you hold yourself accountable and act accordingly, and you can uphold those feelings in your relationship.
Yeah, see, that's why I think this is like a step by step.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of people I think a lot of people are self-aware, like that. I think a lot of people are. They just don't care.
I don't know, boy.
They lack this.
So I would say this. I think people become self-aware, but then even though that they're aware, they lack that regulation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people, like, they know, like, you hear them, they almost wear it as a badge of honor. Yeah, I snap off. Yeah, I pop off. Like, they aware. They aware that they're crazy. And that they act stupidly.
But that be the problem, because it's like, you be like, hey, you crazy. No, I'm not.
They are.
What? Yes, you are. Look how you reacted.
Most people are aware of it. They lack the regulation to be able to control it. And I think this is what self-regulation is saying. Like, you're aware of what you feel, and no one is telling you to compromise that and not feel it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But we are saying control it.
Yeah.
Regulate it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like feel that, but come on, let's bring it down a notch. And be able to communicate and handle and diffuse situations instead of escalating them.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a part. It's like you have to be able to regulate your emotions.
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing. And when you cannot regulate your emotions, like, that's when, the main thing when people say I have anger issues. And for a long time, I thought I had anger issues.
Mm-hmm.
Chill. But my thing was I had a problem with regulating my emotions. You know what I'm saying? And there was so I was aware of I thought I was aware, but when it came to self-regulation, I didn't have that to fall back on. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't regulate my emotions, and it just happens to come out as anger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But really, it's not an anger problem. It's just an emotional lack of emotional regulation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think that can go the opposite way too, like over-regulate, because that's what I tend to do.
Okay, explain that a little bit.
So I could feel angry, but I would over-regulate so much, I'd push the anger down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just try not to feel that, because I would hate the way anger made me feel.
See, I don't think
You
you're
know what I'm saying?
over-regulating.
You don't think you can over-regulate?
I think you're just compromising what you really feel.
In some situation, I have.
Like,
Yeah, in some
I'm
situations,
angry, I don't like
have.
the way I feel when I'm angry, so I'm going to try my best not to be angry. You're compromising what you really feel. And it's bad.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, so it's like, yeah, you ain't over-regulating them, you're disregarding them.
Right, yeah. And that's why, and definitely some situations, I've definitely done that.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
I think my
you
problem
have.
was I like the way.
You see?
Yes, so you have.
Yeah. I mean, it's not even debatable. My problem was I liked the way anger made me feel.
How did it make you feel?
You feel strong.
I mean, I just felt like I felt in control of the emotions that I didn't want to feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So though that anger kept me from feeling other emotions I didn't want to feel.
And I'm like in between both of y'all. It's like I'll lean towards B side in the beginning. It's like I don't want to be angry. I don't like being angry, so I'm gonna try my best not to be angry. But then, if they keep pushing, is that gonna be at the point where now I'm comfortable here, and now that I'm here, cool.
Yeah.
We're here.
Regulation is all out the window. What is this, a fly?
Yeah, it's a fly. Yeah. That boy flew right by my ear.
Man.
Yeah.
He like, I'm regulating. What we doing? I'm like aggressive all in the podcast.
Hella aggressive. We about to be swiping all around. He getting in these lights. That's what it is. That light tracking him.
Right. But yeah, like then once I'm here, once I'm there, it's like, all right, we here now. And all regulation goes out the window at that point. It's like, all right, I'm very much aware of how I'm feeling. Tried to avoid getting here.
Yeah.
But instead you need to be able to allow yourself what I hear is saying, what I feel like makes someone emotionally intelligent is being aware. And now I'm not going to compromise what I'm feeling. I'm angry. That's okay.
Right,
hurt.
100%.
That's okay. I'm frustrated. All of these things are okay. I'm anxious. I got a little anxiety. That's okay.
Yeah.
But now how can I regulate these to react properly?
Yeah.
And
until I can react properly, then I need to chill and not say anything.
And that's basically what it's saying for the tip. It's just like it's just saying being calm, but like being calm in those situations. It brings about a calmness. It brings about a calmness in a whole, like the whole situation.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, like you have to, the term. You have to be the calm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When you regulate, you can understand that just as you can bring that energy, that anger to it, you can also bring that calm to that situation.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that happens. But until you self-regulate, then you're not going to bring that calmness.
Yeah. No, that's real. And in recent years, like you said, what's a lot going on here today? Everything cool?
Yeah.
All right, well,
I don't know.
Heard a loud bang. You know what I mean? What's up? We need to brag the strap. But no, in recent years, that is something that I've learned and have become better with doing.
Yeah.
Is basically not disregarding how I feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, I feel this way. I'm going to communicate how I feel and then just, you know what I mean? Just take it from there or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because after a while, once you really start pushing away how you feel and stuff, it makes you feel worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the long run, you feel a lot worse. You know what I mean?
And I think this kind of goes on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? The next one is motivation.
Mm-hmm.
It says motivation stems from understanding what you want.
Okay.
And why you want it.
I like it.
You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
So, it says getting into the grips of the why often requires a degree of self-reflection, which is where high emotional intelligence comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you have to understand the what and the why.
Okay.
What's really going on and why am I feeling this way about it?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like if I'm talking and Rece keeps cutting me off, then I'm be like, and it keeps bothering me.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta figure out why is that bothering me so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why is this making me that mad?
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, like it says about in the second one about measuring.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it can get you upset. But if I'm upset, ready to like cuss Rece out because he interrupted me,
yeah,
then it's like no, that needs to be looked at.
Right? Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because my thing is like, that's why I feel like most people, myself included, drop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm mad. Or yeah, it's cool that you're mad. But why are you this mad?
Yeah, absolutely. Uh-huh.
Like, why are you this frustrated?
Yeah.
Why are you this anxious? Like,
yeah.
Like, understand, like, what is the motivating factor from you being from here to now extreme?
Mm-hmm.
Like, because, like, have you ever, like, definitely even, like, with your significant other, you're like, all right, I can understand you being mad about this, but why are you this mad?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you can't be just looking at this one event and be this mad.
Right. Yeah, no, I feel that's a waste of time. Absolutely.
Like what's going on? What's the motivating factor here that's causing you to take it to this level?
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's when you like for instance, like people, like somebody step on your shoes, somewhere, and you seen people like smack somebody for it.
Right.
Or, you know what I'm saying, people pulled out pistol on somebody for stepping on their shoe.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Just like, why is this causing this much of a reaction?
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is, like, I know, like, they, you come home and, from work and it's, nothing on the stove cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no dinner ready yourself for your wife.
I don't smell no dinner cooking.
It's just like that's funny. It's just like I know that can be like, dang, like I was hungry. Like I'm hungry right now.
Uh-huh.
But it's like you come like, girl, why the hell ain't no
That's not funny, but
you know what I'm saying?
I'm just thinking of that Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
What the hell
like,
you been doing all day?
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's 7:30.
Yeah. Hey, 7:30 is wild.
It's 7:30. Like,
is he hungry?
Like,
I'll
no.
be mad too, though. Like, man, I'm dumb hungry.
Like,
what's up?
Like, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, but like the thing of it is like you can like being self-aware.
Yeah.
And you have to regulate your emotions and then understand your why. Like I said, it's a stepping thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to understand your why. Like, why is this making you so angry?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Have you ever got angry at yourself because you allow something to get you more angry than what you know you should have?
Oh, definitely. That happens often.
And it's like, once you start be like, why am I this mad? Then you get upset at yourself. You're like, I know I shouldn't be this mad.
Yeah, that's real.
But I am.
Yeah, that's real.
And you can't figure out why.
Right,
Like, you try to feel
right,
like,
yeah.
why am I this?
I looked at myself and said,
Hey,
dude,
yeah.
you are really mad about this. Like, I've said that to myself.
Yeah, that's funny.
Like, why am I so mad about this?
Yeah.
I'll call one of y'all like, man, y'all, tell me if I'm tripping.
Yeah.
Or talk me off this ledge because
Yeah.
right now I'm there.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And usually, depending on the situation,
Some of it's justified.
I can, like, I'm good for, like, relationship stuff. I'm good for talking off the edge.
Oh, yeah.
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 But the other stuff,
That other stuff.
yeah, call humble.
Yeah. I might not even have nothing for you. I mean, I'll be like, hey, you feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing for you.
You mad, we mad.
Yeah, like it is
Just
what it
kidding,
is,
just
man.
kidding.
It is what it is.
I'm not kidding. But yeah, but like, you really have to get into that critical thinking to understand your why.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you do not understand your why, you're just going to be talking over the real issue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And y'all going to be hashing stuff out. It's going to be an hour or two in.
Man, listen.
Y'all going to be tired. Y'all going to be sleepy. Y'all going to be hungry.
All that.
And that's just going to make the conversation go even worse.
All
and y'all still not going to be able to get to the bottom of it.
All of that.
And here's the thing. Your why is not always the other person.
It's true.
Because I feel like people are like, my wife's standing right in front of me. It's you.
Yeah.
You're the reason why I'm this upset. And like, no, it ain't. It's not always the other person. If you want to start looking for the why first, look inward.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it ain't what the person did or said. Yeah, that may have made you angry, but that's not what's the determining factor or the motivation behind why you're this angry or that you're this hurt.
Yeah.
Like, look within and say, and ask yourself, why am I? Not what did the person do? Like, why am I reacting like this?
100%.
Like, why are you reacting like a maniac?
Right.
Like, why are you cussing out? Why are you punching walls? Like, why are you doing
that's real.
all of this? It doesn't warrant all this, and you need to dig deep and figure out why, because guess what? It's not okay.
Yeah. Real talk.
Real talk. I mean, and I like the next one because it kind of goes into it. The second one is empathy. You know, it says empathy is the ability. I say empathy. You are able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. You know what I'm saying? So like once you figure out your why, showing that empathy of like, yeah, they said this because they probably was really hurt by what I did.
Yeah.
Or they was having a bad day. Or you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can like have like you can help, like that's gonna help you with your emotions, how you feel with something. If you kind of humanize the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, hey, they've had a long day. They've been at work all day. Maybe she didn't feel like cooking.
Yeah.
Maybe she's tired. Maybe them kids got on her nerves today at work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe something like, you know what I'm saying? So being able to humanize a person and really understanding, like having that thing, like, you know, and like using that to diffuse before you even talk to the person.
Yeah.
In my opinion, like you can like talk yourself into like calming yourself down without even going to them first.
Right. And you know, here's one thing I'd like to add about empathy. I think sometimes with empathy, we don't understand, like you can empathize with somebody and still not agree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, I used to think in order to empathize, you had to agree with whatever, you know, the situation is that they want. And it's like, no, that's not what empathy is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, the empathy is understanding.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I get it. I understand it.
Yeah.
But that don't mean that I agree.
Yeah.
You still on some messed up maniac stuff.
Yeah.
I don't agree
You know
with
what
your
I'm saying?
reaction.
Yeah, exactly. And I may not even agree with just whatever it is.
How you going to
You know what I'm saying?
things,
Like
you know
all
what I'm
that,
saying?
yeah. But it's just like I understand it, but and I just think that's missed a lot of times with empathy.
Yeah.
And
You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like another thing is missed with empathy to kind of even piggyback off that is people feel like for me to truly empathize, it means I had to go through almost the certain same type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you can't feel me if you ain't ever been through it.
Right.
And that's
right.
not true.
That's not true. Yeah.
I don't have to be able to relate to what you went through, but I can relate to the emotion that you feel.
Right. Exactly.
So if you're frustrated because you had a long day at work with some bad employees or a bad boss,
yeah.
I may not have had a long day at work with a bad employees or a bad boss, but I do understand what it's like to be frustrated.
Yeah.
So now I don't have to empathize with the situation, but I can empathize with the emotion that's
Right.
been brought on from the situation.
Exactly.
And now I don't have to be like, well, I know what you're going through, because I don't.
Yeah.
But I can say, hey, you know what? I understand what it's like to be frustrated.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's what this is saying. Like it's saying, like it talks about like it talks about body language. You know what I'm saying? It talks about, you know, it says sometimes how something is said is easily important as what is said. Take the long silence after news is delivered, like a sigh that somebody gives to hide something. It's just like pay attention to the nonverbal things that's going on in the conversation.
Yeah.
And like use that knowledge to kind of conduct what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you come in, so like you come home and she comes downstairs and she just and like you just can see she don't got no spunk in her.
Yeah.
She kind of drooping and she trying to force a smile and she just looks tired. It's just like you really want to just berate her about not cooking dinner. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
real.
saying? Like, you have to know
Uh-huh.
the person you like, that you're dealing with.
Yeah.
And I feel like here's what makes that so hard is for some reason, definitely in relationship with significant others, we take everything personal.
Sure.
Yes.
So
And it's hard not to.
the moment that
Yeah.
they come downstairs or come in the house and they're not their normal chipper, whatever self that is,
Yeah.
our first go to is that's something that's reflected to me.
Yeah.
What did I do?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like,
Yeah.
Right, right.
You know, why are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Nah, hey, what's going on? How was your day?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
it's automatically like, oh man, definitely. I think for fellas,
Mm-hmm.
we automatically be like, all right, what did I do?
What did I do?
Start trying to replay the whole day in your mind. Did I not call when I was supposed to? Did I not
Yeah,
text?
yeah.
Did I forget something? Because we like when we left the house, you was cool.
Yeah.
But now here you like this, like
Mm-hmm.
what did I do in between this time?
Look how traumatized we are.
Yeah, traumatized.
And I'm gonna tell you, like, hey, like that's something that we have to be aware of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have to be aware of because I'm gonna tell you, once that silence is happening, it's just the mode that a lot of the time guys go into.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I
Start
did
doing
something
a lot
wrong,
of self-talk.
and then
Bruh.
the problem comes when once we start doing that. No, men, we're fixers, so we start trying to fix something.
Mhm.
And just frustrate them even more.
And then it's frustrating because it's not working because you're trying to fix it, not knowing you are trying to fix something that's not broken.
Yeah, we're not the problem. We're trying to fix something. We're like, we ain't the bad boss.
Yeah.
Right, right.
And we up here
Yeah.
trying to do everything to make her feel better.
Yes.
And it's like, you can't.
Yeah, sometimes it's
Yes.
okay, just leave your person alone.
Yeah.
Like,
That's what they need or want in that moment. It's cool.
it's and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think it'll be best to, like, when those things are going on,
Mm-hmm.
being able to communicate or like even having a system.
Yeah.
Even like, okay, when this is happening, hey, babe, I need a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Or when this is happening, like, you know, like whatever, like for instance, like you may in the beginning of something, you may need something like a system
Mm-hmm.
to where it starts working and you don't need that thing anymore.
Yeah.
So it may be like, for instance, I've seen people have like a little thing on their refrigerator that has like a little, like a little arrow that put into emotions and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
the arrow
yeah.
might be on, you know, like I'm tired
Mhm.
or I'm upset.
Right.
Then when you see come in the house and you see that, you can kind of know where the person's at.
Yeah, I used to
You
have
know
one
what I'm
of them.
saying? So it's like, hey, you know, I'm feeling upset.
Mhm.
Hey, is there anything I can do? And you can put on there like underneath, like, hey, when I'm upset, the guy can be like, when I'm upset, I would like this, this, and this.
Mhm.
When a woman, when she's upset, I like this, this, and this.
Yeah.
So that way, y'all can go into that and learn each other.
Yeah.
And y'all may not need that anymore.
Bro, when I first went to therapy, my therapist gave me one of them emotional charts.
Yeah.
It was like a little like magnet.
Yeah.
And it had like, you know, happy, sad, you know, whatever on it.
Yeah.
I felt like a child using that. You know what I mean? But it's something that I had to learn how to do. Like, man, what is this shite? Get this crap off my fridge.
Everybody knows
You know
how
what I
they
mean?
feeling until they're in their feelings.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody, like when you're not in your feelings, you know, y'all
Yeah.
can describe happy. Y'all
Right,
can describe when I'm
yeah.
mad. Y'all can, when you in your feelings, I'm good.
Right. No, 100%.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Had that brother a children's book.
Man, listen. I was
Listen,
like, man, this
man.
is whack. But it did work. You know what I mean? And
That's amazing.
that was the point. You know what I mean? To learn and then wean yourself off of it.
I like it.
It felt trash.
I think
though.
empathy is just like one of the most important things that you can develop in life. Does it go into how you can develop empathy?
It says it doesn't go.
Because I feel like
too-
it's like he's one of those things you got it.
So,
you
yeah,
do or
so
don't.
I
Which is
think-
kind of wild though. When you think about it.
I think it tells you how, like it tells you what it is,
Uh-huh.
but I think it's a person's job to develop in that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for instance, like putting yourself in someone's shoes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I can do that, but now I have to be able to be intelligent enough to understand the ways of that thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Because like the reason why I say that is because like as a sales coach, one of the things I push in some of the methodologies we push at our company is empathy within sales.
Mm-hmm.
And some people come in and it's just they got it from the jump. Like they are just empathetic people. Like they when somebody's expressing pain in their situation in the schools or in the districts, they know how to empathize with it. It's just there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Some coach day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when they go here and they express some pain, you need an empathetic statement to be able to show them that you care about,
Mm-hmm.
and they terrible at it.
Yeah.
And it's like, no matter what you say, even when they try to say it, it don't come across as really being empathetic. You can say, it's like they reading the screen. I am sorry to hear that you're going through this. It's
So robotic. Has no humanity
Oh,
behind
like, and that's what started making me wonder, like,
it.
is empathy something that either you have it or you don't, or can it be developed?
I think it can be developed. Definitely. How? Ugh, I don't know,
Hurt and
man.
pain.
Yeah. Life.
You got to go through it where you need it.
Life.
And then once you need it, you love
For real.
And-
Life will
and-
teach you real.
And I wasn't an empathetic person at first at all.
Like
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that I had to walk back,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and like because I just have to like, I need to widen my thinking on this subject.
Man.
You
Once
know
I
what I'm
went
saying?
one,
That's real.
life will make you walk some things back, bro.
Listen, man,
lot of things,
life will be, you know what I'm
but-
saying, because you never lived that.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
absolutely.
you don't know, like you don't really. Honestly, you don't really know to be empathetic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what that means, but once you came home on some tired days
Yeah.
and didn't have nothing to give, you can understand somebody coming home like, ain't
Not
nothing
having
cooking.
no dinner
Like,
on the
hey,
table.
She don't got it.
Right.
You know what
Nah,
I'm
real
saying?
talk.
And I think when if it's like in relationship sense, it's working well
Mm-hmm.
when you can be like, you know what, let me get some dinner.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let me
Right,
order something.
Right, yeah.
Let me go and do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's
Mhm.
like if they don't got it, you being upset if they don't got it, it's not gonna make them get it.
Facts.
Right.
And you probably ain't gonna get it the next day either. Hell.
You know what I'm
Acting
saying?
like that.
It's just like that's not the goal. That's
Yeah.
not going to give you what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Old girl
Yeah.
in that scenario earlier didn't show no empathy.
None.
Bastard.
But the thing, I think the sad part is, it's the mirage of empathy
Mm.
because her husband probably believes she did. He
Dang.
don't know she cheating on him.
Oh, that makes it even worse.
You know what I'm saying?
Dang.
Like that sucks. Whole time
Jeez
she out here
Louise.
doing all this stuff, he telling his friends, I got a great wife."
Mm, mm, mm,
That's
Hey.
trash.
mm,
That's
mm.
trash.
You freaking Jezebel.
Like I said, man, be faithful. Man, listen, man, leave, yo. Like, leave.
What's the last one?
Like, I don't know. Let's leave, yo. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Dang.
it's, like I said, I mean, the whole time, like, that's where it hurts. Like, when you just think, I thought she was down.
No, she was down for something.
Down on no knee.
Dang.
She was
It
down.
is true. It's true.
Man,
Getting what she couldn't get at home.
no
Because
comment.
he had a bad back. But back to empathy. I mean, back to
Yeah, no
emotional
comment.
intelligence because she lacked that.
Yeah. Anyway,
He was wanting
the
some
last
physical
one is
intelligence.
social skills.
Okay.
It says, social skills.
Mm-hmm.
It talks about being able, say, when a person lives, when people's lives will be affected by a decision,
Mm-hmm.
emotional intelligence will demonstrate their respect in needs, fears, hopes, with everyone involved.
Okay, wait. Read that one more time.
Yeah.
Okay. It says when people's lives will be affected by a decision.
Mhm.
So, for instance, like being able to like what you say, like kind of like it's like it's going to affect people involved.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It says leaders with high emotional intelligence will demonstrate they respect the needs, fears, and hopes of people involved.
Okay. Got you. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Got
So
you.
it's just like if I, like for instance, like if I'm making a decision, I'm making that decision with the other person in mind.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm not blindly just saying something
Mm-hmm.
just because I'm the man in a relationship
Yeah.
or I'm the boss.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There are times to where like you can take people account but still have to make a decision that they may not agree with.
Sure.
And I think that's the hard part from the person that doesn't make the decision,
Mm-hmm.
but also I believe it's equally hard for a person that has to make the decision
Yeah.
because they want people. I mean, you want people to get what they want and be happy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in turn, you still have to make a decision that's
Mm-hmm.
best for everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I think having that type of like social skills and being like I said, being self-aware, because sometimes something can happen and you can just make a decision off of emotions.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not taking account to anything. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just like, like for instance, like this to say that nothing's on the dinner table.
Mm-hmm.
You come home and you like, all right, since you can't cook, I guess I'll order something.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're doing that, but you missed a step.
And that step is?
That's that empathy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's that emotional intelligence, because being emotionally intelligent don't just mean I'm looking at my emotions.
Sure.
I'm being able to read. That's what I talked about, body language.
Mhm.
I'm being able to read body language. I'm being able to read the things that she's not saying,
Mm-hmm.
and to know, hey, there's a deeper thing than just she didn't cook dinner.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But if you're not using that intelligence, then you're not able to read those.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think this one is almost impossible if you don't have the other ones.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's
Like those are working. Those
Yeah.
sum this.
Yeah.
like you don't have most people that
This
lack
is the sum of
social
those.
skills. They lack emotional awareness of themselves. They lack,
Yeah.
being able to control certain things. They lack all of these things, so it makes them awkward in a sense socially.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're just not confident in what they even feel.
Yeah.
I could see that.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
I think this ties into being able to read a room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Being able to, truly feel, what other people feel.
It ain't nothing like a person that don't know how to read the room. It's the weirdest thing.
It's
Like,
very odd.
it is so odd. It's awkward.
It stands out so much.
It really does.
It's very weird.
Man.
But it says like social skills, being able to create and maintain healthy relationships.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like anybody can create a relationship, like get into a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is about maintaining it.
Sure.
But I don't even think that like anybody can get. Cause I think the key word there is healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody can create a relationship.
Yeah.
Not everybody can create a healthy relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think now creating a healthy relationship is, of course, easier than maintaining a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Because a lot of relationships, unless they were started in a toxic way, start off healthy. A lot of times people are communicating. They're doing all of these great things.
Yeah.
How do you maintain a healthy relationship when trouble comes?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I think emotional intelligence comes into play. It's easy to seem emotional intelligent. It's easy to seem like you got all of these things
Yeah.
when everything is right.
Yeah.
I think emotional intelligence and the lack of emotional intelligence really shows its face when struggle and challenges and problems come.
Sure.
How do you handle those things?
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, just the common quote by, Mike Tyson. Like, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, and that's true, because a lot of times it's like I was talking to this. I was looking at this video where it was a boxer. He was talking to his bodybuilder, and then the bodybuilder's like a big, strong dude. He was saying like, "Man, I get you. Like, I can like, you know what I'm saying?" And he was just like, he's like, "Dude, I would destroy you." He was just like, it's like you don't know how to take a punch. And he was just like, "Well, I know. I was like, I've been hit before. It's like you probably was hit by somebody who doesn't know how to throw a punch,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's very different.
So it's just like it's like, and that's the thing with like when you were in fight, like when you were fighting, you like a lot of times people think they can fight and like they think they can engage in this combat, but it's just like until you can do that with actually being hit and having these things, like it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't go off of you're great at this and you've never been hit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like no, it's like you have to get in the feeling this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that, and that knowledge, that's what gets you that being able to like be empathetic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I think those are the type of conversation that needs to happen in the midst of getting to know someone and before you jump in a relationship. Like we have all the skipping the field and rosy conversations.
Yeah,
But
buddy.
how do you handle conflict?
Yeah.
You know, how are you when things don't go your way?
Yeah.
How do you handle getting told no? How
That's
do you
a big
handle
one.
how do you handle rejection?
Yes.
You know, how are you going to respond when I don't do what you asked me to do?
Right.
Or when I tell you I'm going to do something and I drop the ball on it.
Mhm.
Like how do you handle how would you handle these things?
I
Yeah.
was gonna say, how were you handled when those things happen in your life?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when you dropped the ball at home when you was younger, how were you treated?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When people had to say no to you, how did you handle that then?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
That'll tell you a lot.
you know what I'm saying? Just like I said, like being able to talk about childhood stuff, man, and things like that really helps with that emotional intelligence because you're learning a person and how to treat a person. You know what I'm saying? And like just to go over the 5 things again, it says self-awareness, the knowledge of one's own thoughts, feelings, and motivations. So that's you having the knowledge of yourself, being aware of your thoughts and your feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like, this happened and this is how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And the second one, self-regulation, the ability to regulate emotions and actions in a variety of environments. So it's just like being able, and I think a variety of situations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't be good at regulating here and say you good, but can't regulate in the other place.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And empathy, the capacity to empathize and appreciate another perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I think I like the word in there is appreciate. Like, you can empathize with somebody, but you think it's stupid. You know what I'm saying?
Now, sometimes I might think it's stupid, though.
Like, you can think something like, okay, like you can think a way
Like, for
about
real, I'm
it,
just
but
saying.
if you don't appreciate that they have that life experience,
Do you have to appreciate it? Can it just be, all right, cool, you had that experience? And I'm just playing devil's advocate.
no,
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I'm thinking. So, for instance, are you saying that what I'm feeling is stupid, or what is stupid?
I ain't gonna lie. There have been some times where I was like, yeah, no, that's stupid.
Okay.
Like, for real.
But I'm saying, like, what made it,
He
like
lacks
in
emotional
your opinion, what
intelligence.
made it stupid?
Just, I guess I would say, like, how could you feel like that about something that has nothing to do with you?
And I would say that lacks empathy.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think once it's more emotional intelligence, when it stopped being stupid to you, and you can appreciate and you can kind of see actually where they're coming from.
Sure.
Because it's not stupid to them. It makes perfect sense to them.
Let me ask you, have you ever been affected by something that had nothing to do with you?
Of course. And I could have thought, yeah, that's stupid too.
I mean, not really.
You know what I'm saying?
like I don't know Kobe Bryant.
Uh-huh.
His death affected me.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah,
You know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like if somebody else may say like, you don't know I'm that stupid. Like that at that moment, empathy was lacked.
Yeah.
Like when all those kids were killed in San Antonio, like in that school shooting, like you would be. That had nothing to do with any of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you ain't moved by it, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
100%.
so it's like
yeah.
I think I had to learn like I don't have to agree. I think it goes back to like just because I don't have to agree with what you're feeling.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean what you're feeling is not valid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you're feeling whatever anyone feels is valid.
Yeah.
Point blank period. Because
it's coming from a real place.
It's coming from a real place. Whether it's built off what we might consider false pretense, not facts, whatever, it's truly what they feel.
Can you still think say like, yeah, no, you valid in feeling that, but it's still stupid?
No, because what they're feeling is.
And again, I'm playing devil's advocate. You know what I mean?
What they're feeling is not stupid.
I've had conversations with people about this.
Yeah, I feel like what they're feeling is not stupid. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah,
I don't agree that you feel this way. I don't agree that you're frustrated right now. Definitely, if you're saying I made you like, I don't agree that I may have made you frustrated.
Yeah,
but I can't tell you that I didn't make you frustrated.
Sure,
because that's your feeling. And at the moment that you said this is how you feel, that feeling is 100% true.
Right,
because you feel it. And it would be insensitive and lack empathy for me to tell you that that's stupid.
Right. Yeah.
Or even to feel like that's stupid. I may be like, man, I didn't think it was that deep. But if they think it's that deep, and I definitely, if I care about this person, I have to say, okay, it may not be that deep to me.
Yeah.
But apparently it's that deep to them, so I need to take it as serious as they take it so that we can get past it.
Right.
Because if I don't, then I'm not going to react in a way that's going to be beneficial to the situation.
Yeah.
Because if I think it's stupid, I don't care what you do or how you try to work around it, you're going to react in a way that somehow shows that what you think they feel is stupid.
Yeah.
And I think if you think it's stupid, it may be that thing is even more a bigger thing. Because like if you think it's stupid, like why would you think that?
Yeah.
Like that's a stupid thing to like even think.
Right.
That to me that means like, oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that runs deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
now their feelings are not. They're gonna feel like their feelings ain't valid to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, if you don't open up the door for somebody and they get like really upset and emotional that you didn't open the door, you're like, well, that's a stupid thing to, you know what I'm saying? But they could just be one of those things that, let's say their dad always opened up the door for their mom. And he preached that this is what a man should do to show that they love you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And let's say in a relationship, she been kind of questioning how you feel about her and you don't open up the door for her.
Right.
Then that's going to like confirm to her that you don't love her.
Yeah.
So it may be stupid that, oh, he didn't open up the door. Like, I opened the door. How are you this upset about that? But it lies at a deep level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So
let me ask y'all this.
Okay.
Y'all feel like emotional intelligence is a real thing?
I do.
I was about to say, I don't, of course.
Okay. So y'all feel like, do y'all feel that a lot of men lack emotional intelligence?
I would say yes. I feel like a lot of men are out of like they don't like they're out of practice with it. Like they haven't had a lot of experience, or it hasn't been looked at as something valuable to men to have. You know what I'm saying? Like go to work, get a good like go to school, get a good job, buy a house, get you a wife, and take care of your kids.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? None of that says, hey, make sure you're able to understand the needs of your wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
That was the thing. So it's like that side wasn't really preached. And so we kind of come at the back end and get that information and learn it.
Yeah.
So would you agree that more men are becoming more emotionally intelligent?
I think so. I believe so.
Okay.
I would say I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And women are beginning to say they want emotionally intelligent men.
Okay.
Do you feel like they are really ready for emotionally intelligent men?
I think in some cases, yes. In some cases, absolutely. What I actually hear from a lot of women as far as like men not being emotionally intelligent is when it pertains to them and how they feel about them. So, example being like a man could really be feeling he probably don't want her, but he's not treating her like he doesn't want her. If that makes sense.
Okay,
So, hold
explain
on.
that a little bit.
He wants her, not treating
No.
He wants her, or
He
he doesn't want her.
really want her,
Uh-huh.
but he's not treating her such.
So he doesn't want her, but he's treating her like he does want her.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I hear that from a lot of women. Like, well, why did you do this and why did you say that?
So
and why did you?
He's saying things like, "I care about you,
Right. Yeah.
I love you," or whatever. Taking you out on expensive dates, like he really want to build something to you.
Yeah.
Build something with you.
Mm-hmm.
But building something with you is really far from his mind.
Right.
Yeah.
Or he might just want to hit, and that's the end game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think, like I said, I think women, in my opinion, I feel like women they're wanting that emotional intelligence, but I feel like they have to prepare more for an emotional intelligent man.
Yeah.
And,
I do agree with that.
And I feel like we have to lose sight of women and men in general. Like, we can't say if you're emotionally intelligent, in a sense, this is what it should look like.
Yeah.
Because
That's
if that's
real.
the case, because men, as we become more emotionally intelligent, that means in some form or fashion, we're going to express what we feel more.
Mm-hmm.
And in a lot of cases, sometimes a man expressing what he feels more can begin to come across as he's too sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's emotional.
Yeah.
And it's like you're asking for emotional intelligence, which in return is gonna have a man talking more about how he feels
Right.
and why he feels this way.
Right.
But if it's met with you're too emotional, you're too sensitive, like of course nobody wants a whiny man. Now let's
Right.
be
That
clear.
is very
Yeah,
different.
It's a difference.
Or
No-
complaining.
that's
or
type dude.
complaining,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
you don't want that. But if he's expressing to you how he truly feels or why he reacted a certain way and all of that, but it's met with, are you just too emotional or are you too sensitive? You're going to push that man back to lacking emotional intelligence.
Right.
Or that man's going to have to be strong enough to stand on his emotional intelligence and bounce.
Nah, real talk. Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, make room for like that emotional piece in your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And just because it was one way in one relationship, don't mean it's gonna be the same in the other.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like me myself, my current relationship, I'm a lot more. I show a lot more emotions than I did in my previous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I really can't account for that, except for me being more emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing. It's just like me being able to say I can feel my feels.
Yeah.
And previously I'm like, no, I'm not going to feel those feelings.
Yeah.
I kind of
100%.
hate it that I'm a little bit more in tune with my emotions now.
See, and I think the thing
Yeah.
is, I think a lot of
I
times
can
when it
agree.
comes to people talking about men being and showing more emotions, it's always equated to like crying. You know what I'm saying? Or sadness or whatever the case may be. I think a lot of times it could come down to like even like take like anger for instance. And basically being able to express and show anger in different forms. You know what I'm saying? And not just lashing out or yelling or cussing, or even when you're sad, not just being emotionally and just broken down and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like each emotion doesn't only have one like type of reaction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it can be a plethora of different reactions in one emotion. So like I said, I think sometimes when it comes to talk about men and their emotions, it's always like I feel like a lot of women have asked like, you know, when the last time you cried? And I'm like, well, that's not the only emotion that I show. And that doesn't mean because I haven't cried in a long time that I'm not emotionally intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
And I think like to go off there too, like I think we have to, because we keep saying things like cry, frustrated, mad, anger,
Right.
and all that. I had emotional problems of showing excitement.
That too, yeah.
You know, I wasn't emotionally intelligent enough to show excitement because I felt like if I show excitement and it don't work out, I understand what that felt like, so I didn't want to feel it no more to get my hopes up.
Yeah.
And I remember my lady, she would ask me, like, stuff would be coming up. She was like, are you excited about that? I'd be like, no, you know, I mean, just ready for it, whatever. Like, no in tune with the excitement that should be there.
Yeah.
It takes an emotional, intelligent person to truly express happiness.
Yeah.
So sometimes your dude may be happy with you and really feeling you, and he don't even know how to show that.
Yeah. And I think the thing with that too, because like my personality, I'm usually just kind of like straight lace, cool, calm, collected. What I had to learn though is my excitement doesn't look like what people feel like it should sometimes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, if your excitement is you jumping around and you yelling and happy, that doesn't mean that I'm not if I'm not doing that. A lot of times I express my excitement with words. And, you know what I'm saying?
He'd be like, I'm excited.
And two,
Definitely not. Definitely not.
I think we have to, like, in times, and I mean, this is just my opinion. Like, sometimes you got to put on a little bit.
Sometimes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know for me, I have had to coach myself beforehand and say, hey, like, show some emotion.
Sure.
You know, with this. Or, like, kind of overly do something.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what the situation calls for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I know, like, for me, it's like, you know, say if, like, my lady came to me, like, you know, this happened or whatever. And then I'll be like, man, like, I'm really excited for you. How can I help with that?
Yeah.
Or how can I support you in that? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'm probably not jumping around and all that.
Yeah.
But I am expressing my excitement through words, body language, voice fluctuation. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I think sometimes we just need to accept how people show their emotions if it's not how you think it should look.
Oh, yeah. We all got our preconceived
you know what I mean?
notions of what it should look like. And we have to lose it to allow a person to be them.
Yeah,
Learn
exactly.
what excitement looks like for your person.
Right.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean that the other person doesn't have some adjustments that they can do to make you really understand that they're excited.
Yeah.
Because if you be like, well, I'm saying I'm excited, and they consistently like, well, you don't show it.
Yeah.
You can't be like, well, when I show it, it's this. Like, two sides have to be understanding that they need a little bit more from you.
Yeah.
And you got to understand that they not going to be as over top as you ever probably want them to be.
Right.
And meet each other in the middle.
Yeah.
But I think it takes emotional intelligence to be able to understand any emotion.
Yeah.
Like, you need self-awareness of good feelings. I know when we talked about it, we were talking about like all the negative feelings, but you need self-awareness of good feelings.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, you need what's the other one? You need to show social skills with good feelings.
Yeah.
Motivation behind why you feel happy.
Right.
What's the motivation behind those things?
Yeah.
Was it regulation?
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to regulate your good feelings.
Nah, real talk. Yeah.
Because sometimes them can go
over the top.
over the top, right? So I think it takes all of them things with good or considered bad emotion.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a such thing as a bad emotion.
I feel that. No, I feel that.
I think we try to paint it like anger's bad. It's not.
It's not. It's definitely not.
Sadness is bad. It's not. Frustration is like all of these emotions are firstly God given.
Exactly.
And they're there for a reason. They're all good.
Yeah. It's what
how
do
you
with
react
them.
out of them is what happens bad. The emotion within itself is not bad.
Right.
Grief is okay. Sadness is okay. All of these feelings are needed.
Right.
How long you stay there.
Yeah.
You know.
I think that's the most important part. It's like I think like it goes to self-awareness, and you have to understand, just like what Rece said, that it's okay if you are sad.
Yeah.
I think that, in my opinion, we can't it's hard to move past the sadness. We don't think you should be there in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real. Yeah.
So like so you can't like move on because you're constantly fighting the fact that you don't feel like you should be sad.
Right. You got to accept it because depression is not an emotion.
Right.
You know, it's a state that you've been driven to from a ball of emotions.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, depression is not good. But the emotions you felt that got you there are not bad emotion. They just didn't you wasn't aware and didn't regulate them.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so
And that knowing the why behind those things, and like in the midst of that depression, it's like the ladder for you coming out of it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like and like I said, and the ladder is just a tool. Like, but having that self-awareness and understanding your why, like you can begin to climb out of that depression because you are meeting those emotions with real life things of like starting points.
Yeah.
And reason whys. You know what I'm saying? And understand where things are coming from.
Yep.
And you can deal with that because, in my opinion, sometimes that depression happens off of surface level thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when that surface level thinking happens, that's when that depression can hit. But when you start understanding the whys and the underneath things and how things really started and why you feeling this, then you can be in like you can be in fight mode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes with that depression, sometimes we just let stuff like overtake us.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? I know I said us. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like
real.
that much can overtake us, and then next thing you know, like you in it.
Right.
I mean, I just want everybody that's listening to understand, like, that this ain't easy.
No,
And
not at all.
no one arrives in this situation.
Yeah,
Ever.
Because
it's a process.
the moment you think you arrive, the moment something's going to happen, you're going to realize you still got more growth to do.
Yeah,
It's an ever-going process.
It's ever or like
permanent.
you're going to ever be growing, trying to become more emotional intelligent. And sometimes emotions are just hard to control.
yeah,
Right? And it's a beautiful thing to be able to just continue to need growth. So,
yeah.
man, shout out to the
being able to
ones
maneuver.
that's trying to get better in it, man.
Straight up, man. Being able
We
to
trying to
maneuver
too.
through
We
these
ain't got
situations.
we ain't got it all together. I tell you that much.
Hey, listen.
I'm struggling.
I was about to say, not even close.
I'm struggling. This conversation helped me.
Listen,
I got some things to work
Not
on.
even close.
You know what I mean?
I think one thing like of mine is really understanding my why
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and self-regulation.
Yeah, self-regulation is where
Yeah.
I'm at.
You know what I'm saying? Self-regulation, understanding my why, because it's like once I feel that emotion,
I get stuck.
I get stuck there because I'm living I'm living inside of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I haven't told myself that I need to move past it.
Yeah.
Because my thing is like, I feel something, I get stuck there, and my way of getting over it is trying to act like I don't care.
Mm.
Yeah.
Versus being like, it's okay to care, it's okay to feel this, but you can't let this drive you to where you're at right now.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you got to be able to feel it, control it, regulate it,
Mm-hmm.
and keep going. Instead of being like, the only way to get over here is like, man, shoot, skip it, I don't care.
Yeah.
And go the nonchalant route because
Right.
that ain't healthy either.
Facts.
Yeah.
I know how that is. And that's my thing, like accepting how
Yeah.
I feel. You know, I can
Yeah.
be emotionally intelligent, self-aware, and all that stuff. But if I don't accept that's where I'm at and that's how I feel,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it don't really mean nothing. You
Yep.
just know. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll be the end of it, which ain't good either. You know what I
and
mean?
so,
You
like
definitely
I
got to
said,
accept
knowledge
it.
is important, but it's just like, hey, what are you gonna do with that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna do with it, and how is it like this relationship? How are you gonna make this for the betterment of the relationship?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How are you going to bring your whole self to this relationship?
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I
Mhm.
said, when you don't have the emotional intelligence and you're not self-regulating, you bring in pieces.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You bring in these pieces, and you're telling you're telling somebody to accept what you're bringing.
Yeah. Mhm.
And you want them to accept pieces of you like it's the whole thing.
Yeah. No, that's
You know what I'm
real.
saying?
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's not the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when that's happening, I think it works well when a person's empathetic. That the person knows that's not their whole self.
Mm-hmm.
And I can understand that they're not bringing their whole self. Because I've been there too and not been whole.
Yeah.
And not felt whole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so I think it's like I said, that self-regulation and understanding my why. Because sometimes I go straight to the anger stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but not knowing I done went from home. I done hit the ball and went straight to second base. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm dealing with that. It's like, no,
Mhm.
there's another thing that led to this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was hurt. And so now I'm angry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
real.
felt embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm upset.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I start dealing with I'm just upset,
Mm-hmm.
then I'm never gonna get to where I'm supposed to go.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
All hearts and minds clear.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to say a prayer after that.
Listen,
Help us,
pray.
Jeez. Help us, Lord. That's enough sometimes. You know what I mean?
Hey, real
A
talk.
good help us, Lord.
I like that though, man. That was good.
Like, share, subscribe.
Y'all know the drill,
Y'all know
man.
what to do. Holla at us.
We out.
It's your boy.
Deuces.